there are truly like sick demons in this world. Now, when you think of demons, when you usually hear the word demon, you think of like, red evil thing with horns on his head, basically hell's angels, But as similar to what people like to say, we're not going to hell, we're already in hell, hell's on earth. Similar to that is not only demons are in hell, demons are on this earth, humans. Now, I'm not seeing everybody on this earth as a demon, but there are truly like sick-minded people out there. Like sometimes I can't understand how people can do things like this. The current state of the world is just, I'm not even going to say current because the world is always in shambles. Let's be honest. The world is always in fucking shambles. It's always terrible things going on. But the recent news I have been looking at, I just had to say something about it. There's just so much crazy things going on. And the main purpose of this is to just question or try to understand why someone would want to bring a person into a world where they can do these things like this, or your child can be a victim of these things. Now, recently, I think about less than 2 weeks ago, there was this guy in some place in Russia. He went to his old school and he shot the school up with his guns, and he killed, I think, about 11 kids and 6 staff members, and then he killed himself after that. And this is not a surprise. The guy was wearing a fucking Nazi symbol on his shirt, and he had the words Eric and Dylan written on his guns, I think. I'm not 100% sure where he wrote it, but that doesn't matter. You see what I mean? There's people in the world who are just sick in the head. They will literally kill kids. I don't understand that. Whatever problem you have, what the fuck do those kids have to do with it? Another thing is about how I'm pretty sure if you live in the United States, everybody, and I mean everybody, is fucking getting their rocks off about this literal piece of shit, Jeffrey Dahmer. Everybody is talking about this guy. Now, I don't know. I've read about it a little bit. I don't know too much about it, but Jeffrey, sorry, I'm running out of breath. Whew, I'm talking too fast. I'm just angry. Jeffrey Dahmer was a serial killer. What I read about is he was a guy who molested, murdered, raped, and ate some of his 17 male victims. Basically, he was a homosexual serial killer and also a cannibal. And why, Netflix, made some type of series about him, and everybody's just talking about it. And the worst part about it is people are making jokes about this shit. And I'm just sitting there thinking to myself, imagine if you were one of the victims of the family. Imagine you were related to one of Jeffrey Dahmer's victims, right? Imagine how you would feel just seeing Jeffrey Dahmer's name blasted all over the internet and people making jokes about this situation. Imagine. Humans are demons. Humans are really demons. Now, I'm not going to lie. There has been literally a tiny amount of people that have been saying things that I agree with. Like, how can people joke about this? This is sick. This guy is of course I agree with that. But the vast majority of people on the internet are just making jokes about the victims, what he did, and making memes of Jeffrey Dahmer and just talking about him all day. And I'm glad I haven't tuned into that shit show on Netflix. I don't even like Netflix as a whole, to be honest. It's a fucking scam. All that money for the low quality content. I don't fucking like Netflix that much anyway. But I'm so sick of people. They're glamorizing a serial killer. I don't get it. The guy is a piece of shit. We shouldn't be talking about it. We should leave him in the past. Now, fortunately, he was killed in jail. He did get caught. But why is he even being brought up? Why is he getting a new series? And people like to eat that shit up. It's one thing to watch a documentary about a serial killer to get informed about the evils of the world, but it's another thing to make jokes about it, post about it online, and obsess over the serial killer and not pay attention to the actual victims. Another thing I want to talk about is recently, like literally less than 5 days ago, there was this guy in Thailand, former cop, killed 36 people. I think about 24 of them were kids. This guy had issues with he got fired from his job. He had issues with drugs, I think, in Thailand. And he went to a daycare center and he just started shooting and stabbing kids with his machete. Killed 24 kids. You guys listening to the words I'm saying right now, I can't believe like this is actually real. What's even more unbelievable is that people will see news like this, see the tragedies, and ignore what antinatalists have to say. They call us crazy. They think we're just miserable. Want to know what's crazy? Want to know what makes someone insane? To see the insanity and evil of the world and see these demons, yet be oblivious to it at the same time. Like, when we see terrible things as us antinatalists, when we see terrible things, it does nothing but only confirm and solidify our stance on why we don't want to have kids. When these people see these things happen, they just blow over it. They don't really actually care. They say, well, that's not going to happen to my kid. They're idiots. They're idiots to think your child is just completely blocked from anything ever happening, anything bad ever happening to them. And then also in the United States, we got this Hurricane Ian. And this number is probably higher at the time of this video I'm recording. It's probably going to be higher by the time some of you people watch it. But there's a hurricane going on right now in Florida. There's floods. There's strong storms. It's a hurricane. You get it, right? So far, 125 people have died. 125 people are dead because of nature. And it's such a joke to think that some people on this earth actually worship nature. Like, oh, Mother Nature is so beautiful. Life is beautiful. Yay. What a sick, like, people don't think. People don't think. And then also we have this family of 4 kidnapped. This family ran a trucking business, and a guy that used to work for them, he came to the business. He forced the people into his vehicle at gunpoint, took them somewhere, and he shot them. He shot the adults, and I heard that the baby died because of heat or something like that. Saw that all over the news a few days ago. And it just makes you think, like, what if they didn't have that baby? What if that family didn't have that baby? And what if the family's parents didn't have their kids? That situation wouldn't have happened. It wouldn't have happened. But there was a fucking demon, a sick individual who wanted to get revenge for being fired from his job. And he took the life of those 4 individuals. And then we have a fucking crazy guy in Las Vegas, I think. I've been hearing about this stabbing spree for the past 2 to 3 days. They said he went on a stabbing spree, stabbed about 6 or 8 people, I think, and 2 of them are dead. Like there's just this. Want to know what's the craziest thing about this? All these things I'm bringing up, all these things, they are all probably a less than 0.001. Like they're just less than a fraction of everything else that goes on in the world. There's just so much you can't even keep up with it. You can't keep up with the evil, the sickening destruction of humans done by other humans, aka demons. They're just demons. It's crazy to think that this is only a small pebble of all the things that go on in this world. All these centuries, decades, whatever, of human development, technology development, programs, services, all these things we have done to try to better the earth over all these thousands of years. Yet we still have shit like this going on. We still have mass shootings. We still have hurricanes, kidnappings, robberies, rapes, wars. That fucking Ukraine-Russian war, that shit started over half a year ago, and that shit is still going on. I think recently they were talking about some missile got striked on somewhere in Ukraine or something like that. Some people died. That shit is still going. War is actually honestly just stupid to me. If you know that what your people are doing is unjust, depending on what side, or depending on both sides, in some cases, if you know it's stupid and you're a guy in that military or army or whatever, right? You literally have the choice to just not fight. But they do it all for money. All for money. It's sick. People will do anything for money. That's also another true statement. People will do anything for money. Anything. Telling me you'll shoot up a place, drop bombs on a place, even places with children on it, all because of money. All because someone else told you to do so. It's sick. It's evil. Demons, I tell you, there are demons on this earth. And all of these sick things people do, it just makes me feel much, much more uncomfortable when I realize that I'm a human being as well. And literally the sole fact that I'm able to do these things, not that I ever will, please do not get it twisted. I'm just trying to make you guys realize something. All these killings, rapes, robberies, right? All these evil things going on in the world, right? The fact that I, as a human, have the ability and capability to do these things if I chose to, makes me literally not want to be alive. It makes me sick how human beings just have there's no what's the word? There's no outer or divine control over human beings. We literally can do whatever we want, no matter how evil it is, we can just do it if we want to. For example, the Jeffrey Dahmer guy, he killed, raped, and ate some of his victims. Imagine someone, I can't even imagine me doing that, but just for the sake of the video, imagine me going on and doing something like that in 2022. I'm literally able to do that. That makes me sick that I, as a person, am able to do things like these crazy individuals can do. Stabbings, kidnappings. It makes me not want to be human. It also makes me just not want to be alive or even share the same planet with these evil, sick demons. The only people who I don't consider demons are antinatalists. People that decide to not bring more potential demons or victim of demons into this world. Breeders, they're demons as well. You bring in somebody into a world where these terrible individuals can do something to your child, or your child can be someone who grows up to do terrible things. Let's be real. Come on now. But that's pretty much all I have to say, because this video is getting long. But yeah, I just had to get that off my mind. Thank you for listening, guys. See you next time.